going. Let me get the nasty evil book up because I made I made the book like all the way and then it was like blinding when I full screened it and I was like, that stinks. Well, it's the evil book now, so it's whatever. It's fine. So
I mean that's makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, hey everybody. This is gonna be the first of what realistically will probably be. Oh, is my our alerts not going off? Oh well, I'll figure that out soon. First of probably 1 or 2 streams of going through all the games I played and like kind of writing down the worst bits, the best bits, taking like side notes about stuff. Yeah, you know, hey, many YouTubers talk about individual bad games for like 5 hours for one video, so like I think I get to do at least 2 streams from this. But yeah, let's get right into it. First up, let me get a little gameplay going for everybody here, and let me get the music up because we gotta have this. Game 1.
Hey, yo.
Bebe's kids.
Hey, yo. Bebe's kids.
Bebe's kids. Yeah, it's Bebe's kids. Oh man. Worst stuff about Bebe's kids. I think generically, just the most bare bones beat 'em up. I really think that's the big thing for me is this game is so close to being nothing. Basic attack stinks. It's so bad. If you try to do like just the regular jabs, like it locks everything down, but it does no damage. You have to punch every enemy like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it just doesn't do damage, and we'll get the formatting stuff figured out as we're doing this. Yeah, the basic attack doesn't do damage at all in Bebe's Kids. It blows. You have to hit every single enemy like 5 times with that, or like 1 or 2 times with the heavy attack, which is what you like really want it to be, you know, like that. And yeah, if you don't know about that, which is like holding one of the triggers and pressing an attack button, which is bizarre. Yeah, just not a good feeling game to play. Unclear progression. I never realized why beat 'em ups need a go indicator telling me to move forward until Bebe's Kids decided nah. Like it really that is like so brutal. There were so many times where I was just standing around not moving forward and I was like, yeah, I'm not done. So like to clarify that a little bit, you have to always be moving to the right to check if the screen is allowed to scroll or not. So it'll like just block you against an invisible wall until you defeat a certain number of enemies. How many? And then it'll let you scroll the screen forward. But if you're not constantly checking by walking all the way to the right side of the screen, you will very easily time out in levels by virtue of you could have just left, but you didn't realize. So I think that's a big part of it. Oh, right. Good time for this music to switch. Teleporter maze to multiple identical looking locations. Also, the bookcases are doors. Also, the bookcases are 2 doors. This is like, it is a 2-step Joker's trick that Bebe's Kids pulls of, it's a teleporter maze. A bunch of the locations look exactly the same. Like the layouts are borderline identical. Like I think one of them is literally the same with the exception of like one enemy doesn't spawn, but there's even like health pickups in the same location. Like, it's so cruel. It feels so unnecessary. Yeah.
Also, I mean, this is small potatoes compared to everything else you said, but like, whose idea was it to make a side-scrolling beat-em-up of this movie in particular anyway? Like, of an animated, like, PG-13 film.
Yeah, of a animated PG-13 film based on a comedy segment. Like a single bit of a comedy. Yeah, truly didn't need to exist. I'm also gonna say, on top of that, music loops are too short and brutal. Something like 11 minutes. I don't even think it is 11 minutes. I think it's like 10 minutes of music for the whole shebang, 2.5 of which are final boss plus ending. That really is just so brutal that you don't even get. Like, there's no music and you don't get any of the no music, which is just like, oh brother. Really confusing minigame, I think is another big part. Mandatory baffling minigames. The like kicking plates before they land, but you can lose progress if he catches them, but it doesn't always. Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, and specifically, you have to be the one to break the plates. Like, if they just shatter for one reason or another, it does not count.
Yeah, truly wild stuff. And then, which, yeah, by the way, I started the Bebe's Kids OST when we started talking about it. There are currently, there's one song left for the second to last level, one song for the last level, the final boss, and then the ending. We're almost out of music already for Bebe's Kids, which is outrageous. But the one good thing I do want to give them, the final boss theme uses a Malcolm X sample on the SNES, and that's kind of rad. I kind of love
First
it.
to do it.
Yeah,
Not
like
the last.
you know what? Yeah, Hideki Naganuma loved doing that shit, and you know, if you're gonna copy the best, I guess. You know, copy Bebe's Kids. Oh, God, what a game. Bebe's Kids is just truly like nothing for most of it. It is like agonizingly nothing. And I think that's really the main strikes I have against it are just like, holy smokes, this is the most nothing I've ever seen. Let me go ahead and get some stuff. No, I can resize this entire window and it doesn't do it the way I want. Whatever. T2 Judgment Day. Worst bits. And then I get to highlight most of the text. Great. Let's move to our next game here. Get that crops changed. I think this is like low-key one of the games I hated the most, which is kind of awesome.
Not helped by the fact that this is the one where I probably saw the most people in chat saying, well, it had some neat ideas.
God, it didn't. God, it just like so didn't. Let me get the, I don't think I want to deal with the box art stuff because that's going to be pulling in. I had that here before I had, with the gameplay footage in. And where is that capture? So yeah, this shit, Terminator 2, Judgment Day for the Super Nintendo. Good lord, this game was rough with like 7 Fs. This one's real bad. Also, I'll make sure to highlight sneeze. Worst bits. This game is a constant war of attrition. Like there is a non-stop state of being just clipped by everything non-stop. You're constantly getting shot, little tiny bits. You move so bad. You slow, dedicated jumps that feel just abysmal to do. Makes dodging things almost impossible. There is like a brief period of time where you can crouch some attacks, but later enemies, that just falls apart. It's kind of like the one grace you have is that you can duck under a lot of stuff, and then they just add in a bunch of enemies that are like little tiny Roomba guys on the ground that you can't or like a guy will come in and crouch and shoot a rocket launcher directly up your butt. It's really bad. Wild progression blocks with how do I even put this? With like new UI elements with no heads up. Like you have to walk up to John Connor and then pause, and where there were previously literally 0 options and no things to interact with, there is now a switch of John follow that you must switch to very yes. This happens a couple times too. You have to, like, to be clear, normally when you pause, it's just like a wall of red text that says very little, right? Like it's just, here's your health, here's how many nuggies you have left. But now all of a sudden there is a thing that just says like John follow, and you must switch it to yes, and then he'll start following you. Why they added an option to have John follow you and stop following you already, I don't know. Why did they make it default to off? Cause they're crazy is my only guess. Like I don't know, man. Like that shit is outrageous. If it started as yes, it would be like a little rough, but man.
I forget, can your like quote unquote followers take damage in this? Or
Oh
is it
yeah.
only you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They sure can, and you can give your life bar to make up for theirs. So like ideal play later on is to get them as low as possible without them dying, so that they like soak damage for you. Now that they're on screen, driving sections are incomprehensible, but all told, not too bad. Like they're like complete nonsense, unless
That's part of the game.
you're playing on hardware, in which case they are one-shot instant game overs. Start the game again. Lamau, love it here. Like, that really does kick it up so bad. No, I had to look up a playthrough of the game and like watch someone finish the entire level, and even then it took me like two watch throughs to figure out how they made John just start following them. I was like, they paused. Why? Do I just have to pause? No, in the middle of this cluster of text. Yeah, it was crazy. Man, that one is so wild. It's brutal. And yeah, the constant attrition thing is really, really rough. Non-stop respawning enemy who is trivial to handle, but constant and obnoxious, and often will like clip you for, I don't know, 5%, which if it, you know, happens like 20 times, that's GG. So it's like just a huge pain in the ass. Like it's really brutal to deal with, because you have to stop what you're doing, slowly turn around, shoot a guy, turn around again, shoot a guy, turn around again. This is also something that's gonna show up a couple times. Amiga, collect all my nuggies. Condition. I'll just call it a condition. This game it features the Amiga collect all nuggies condition, where instead of having there be like things that matter in different parts of their big stupid open level, they just put a thing on each corner of the map and say, you have to go there. And you go, why? And they go, cause you have to. This is gonna show up in a couple games, which I think I need to bring in a little piece of paper to keep some notes. So first things first, teleport mazes. Yeah, there's definitely one of those.
Oh god, was there another teleport maze in this one too?
No, that was Bebe's kids. This game, on the other hand, collect the nuggies, and this is absolutely king shit. Collect the nuggies game of, you have to go to this mandatory place because we want you to go there. And there's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it feels extra bad in this game when they're already making you juggle 10 tons of horse piss. Like, it's just it's like, I'm already doing enough, man. You know how, like, if you're a kid and you do the silver coin challenge and you get almost all the coins and you get first place, and they're like, nope, you gotta get all the coins. You're like, fuck off, man. This entire game feels like that. This entire game feels like a silver coin challenge from beginning to end in, like, the most miserable way possible. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else was, like, really brutal about this game. You had to go everywhere. I guess one piece of music for the entire game is probably a good note. Music distribution. He's terrible. This game has, let me actually just look here. There's 6 songs on it. One is 3 minutes and 41 seconds long, and that's the one for the title screen and the final level, and nowhere else. And then this is the game over, which is 45 seconds. Then this, which is 2 minutes and 46 seconds, and consists of, oh, I don't know, 85% of the total playtime? Something like that. It's just this. It's just this. It is heinous how much of just this it is.
People were just making shit back in the day, huh?
LJN, baby.
And to a certain extent, people are just making shit nowadays too, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think what was good or positive about this game. Ooh.
The music is okay, like the first time you hear it, I guess.
You shoot a lot of cops.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool. You shoot a lot of cops. Yeah, I guess that's what I got out of it. I like legitimately don't know if anything else. Oh god, I just remembered something else I have to note that this game did that pissed me off so bad. Mandatory minimum, oh god, how do I even write this? Minimum damage to the structure, aka shoot a bunch of shit. I think I'm already going over. Yeah, I'm going behind the other stuff. Uh-oh. Okay. That's fine. These are all just being saved to a side document as notes anyway for later. So there's like a mission where they make you just want to shoot a bunch of stuff. It has no positive effect other than you need to shoot a minimum. And it's like you need to shoot a certain amount of pillars, walls, like fountains and stuff, all while there are infinite spawning enemies just constantly crawling up your butt and plinking away at you, right? Yeah, you need to shoot a minimum amount of pillars to finish the level. God, how do you even... Guess, white boy, guess. I think maybe I should get that to the collect the nuggies is... Because this isn't directly collect the nuggies, but it's like, unclear amounts? I don't know, how do I say this? Like uncertain win con to some degree. And I think that's 2 games with that here. Because I think that was a huge part of what made Bebe's Kids a pain in the ass was having like a really uncertain win condition of like, I know I need to get a certain amount of coins for Tarzan for him to be okay and go to the next level. How many? I don't know. Just like an amount. I need an amount, which I think
Literally, guess, white boy, guess.
it's so frustrating to deal with. So I think that's gonna get like a pretty big note from me. All right, let me get this saved over to my master document. This. And next game is... I'm so excited I get to look up the OST of this one. This one's even better. I'll play the OST first so everyone can figure it out together. Wow, it starts. There it goes. Wow, this is a great quality recording.
Ooh.
We, hand farted this one ourselves. So,
Does it have...
it does.
Is that...
They put the whole levels here. That's not what I signed up for. Oh, brother, one sec. I looked up OST and it decided to give me a... Like, the playlist says OST, so they at least are... They're the liars here. The fabricators. Can't believe them. Devils. All right, let me get this going. And let me get the actual just Beethoven's the second OST. Wow, 7 minutes. 7 whole minutes of music. Can you believe that? What a treat.
That's more than 5.
Great point, Co-Buddy. Okay, so worst parts about this. Terrible platformer. Just dire to control. Slippery as all get out. God, what doesn't this game do wrong? Very
Yeah, I'll
slippery
be totally
to control.
real. I don't even remember this one.
It was like the slowest platformer. Every enemy takes 200 hits. Every enemy takes so many hits. You have very low life. So like you have to be very, very particular. Avoiding damage is a nightmare. Trying to think like what else. Everything does damage. I think that's a really big point. Everything hurts Beethoven, like everything possible. You touch a fence a little bit, it does damage. An apple comes near you, it does damage. There's something a little sharp on top of a post, you take damage. Horrible platforms. We beat this game. Yeah, we finished this bad boy. Yeah, horrible platforms on this one. So easy to just swoosh through the floor. There were so many times while we were playing this game that I just fell through the ground. Oh, it's so bad. Only main attack is a charge attack that fires on negative edge, which very bizarre. Very bizarre feeling. Locks you in place while charging unless you're airborne. It still does bad damage, even charged. It just goes full screen. Which brutal stuff. Oh, what else? Oh, right, it's an escort quest. Duh. Duh. Half the game is an escort quest, which just means you have to disable your attack whenever you're going for a jump. And yeah, it slows the game down. It doesn't really like add anything other than being kind of a pain in the ass. Like even here you can see it's just like, okay, well I can't attack, and I need to put the dog down so I can attack. Okay, great, now I've barked at a kid a bunch. No, you have to charge longer, long player. Yeah, you can buffer the charges inside of the other. Sorry, I'm trying to help out the long player. You know how it is, just yelling at the screen. Come on, know what I know. Yeah, it's just annoying. It just slows the game down. It doesn't really add much. Oh, also, when you can finish it, incredibly short. This is like a game that I think a full playthrough, no mistakes. Yeah, even this long play, which is like not really rushing through it, is 20 minutes. So like that's about the length you're gonna get total, which is that's also Bebe's Kids was also like very short. There's gonna be a bunch of those like that. Like Captain Novolin is insanely short, similar kind of thing.
Also, much like Baby's Kids, a game that truly just did not need to exist.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think this needed a game. I guess. Pause. Oh, unlabeled platforms will randomly drop out from you on frame 0. Get mixed, idiot. There are a couple of those that are really rough. You touch those platforms for a frame and they are out from under you. You cannot jump because they are gone. They have already left. It is pretty rough. Sorry, I'm trying to think of anything good.
There's a dog in it.
It has a dog. Like
that's the best I got.
Yeah, I'm trying to be genuine with these, but like, damn, that's like irredeemable. Like, you know, the part of this is to help like structure for a video and whatnot, and so like I want to be genuine and like real with this, but at the same time, damn man, I don't know, like what, like oof, this game stinks.
It is short. That is technically a plus.
No, I can't give that to them. I can't give that to them. Approaching null is not good. That doesn't count as positive.
Tanned by faint praise. That
Yeah,
kind of
I love to embrace the void as much as anyone else, Co-Buddy, but that's not a property of the art. That's a property of the world outside relative to the art. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. The thing they make you escort is invincible. That is the one upside. They don't let the dog walk off an edge on its own. They don't let you drop it off an edge, and it cannot take damage. So, if nothing else, the puppies are invincible. Okay, that's all I got for Beethoven. Man,
Yeah.
what a stinky pile. What an absolute stinky pile. Let me grab one of the guess one ones. Oh, nice. That was out of music already. Great, that gives me time to pull up the music.
What, do you think these people are rich enough for Tim Follins?
Wow, I can't believe World of Long Plays doesn't have a full playthrough up of Simpsons Wrestling. This is bullshit.
Gringa.
There we go. Nintendo Complete's got my back. Alright, sick. Oh, wait. I need to unmute for this. Hold on. All rise. Great.
You couldn't see it, but I did in fact salute my monitor.
Yeah. You got it. Okay, so next up, Simpsons Wrestling. Wow. I did not like this game one bit. I'll just tell you.
Started getting hit by Big Ape Productions.
Big Ape, a large
Really did something for me.
a large ape exists. Okay. Man, where do you start with how Simpsons Wrestling blows? It blows a lot. Where to start? 3D fighter where you are sloppy movement. I don't know if there's words to describe how sloppy and floaty everything feels. Like you are just kind of like zooping around. No blocking. So it's just a mashing mess. Only real defensive option is jump, which is not great because the jump feels very bad. You charge a stamina meter that gives you access to moves. You need a little bit for jabs and a lot for character-specific tools. Character-specific tools range from deeply ass, Homer, to beyond broken, Flanders. Music is wicked boring. Yeah, the long player going for the character that you do not have unlocked unless you get a save file that has beaten the game or a cheat that has beaten the game already. Makes sense. If you want to get a long play done in timely fashion, you have to pick the last unlockable boss character. You know what? I'll say it too. No Simpsons stuff. There's like no jokes. Maybe 1/10 of a line, and the characters kinda do a thing that's in character a little. Like, it just really doesn't feel like a Simpsons property to me. Like, other than there are Simpsons characters in it that do kind of Simpsons-y things, the writing isn't there. There's not enough lines for characters. The backgrounds aren't really funny or referential enough. The ring is too big, but that's like it. There's the only thing that's wrestling is the pins. They feel bad. They're mashy to escape. Only way to win. Game takes forever. And yeah, you have a single auto combo string, a couple specials, and that's it. That you're right. That is a really, really rough part about this is everyone has like a little bit of a flaily mashy move, maybe one projectile, and then their one ridiculous thing they do, and that is just entirely character defining. Bosses are beyond broken. Holy shit. Smithers gets a set play projectile that follows you to the ends of the earth and knocks down and knocks you out of whatever you're doing and resets pin timer on hit, guaranteeing pins. That was unreal. Also, yeah, long player here, on top of using the most broken character by country 1,000 miles. Doing the one thing you can do kind of safely in this game, which is there are no anti-airs. There are no anti-airs, and the jump attack is only really avoidable via jumping. So, like, the optimal play pattern in this game would be just wait for your opponent to run out of stamina for jumping, and then you jump at them and do their stuff. And then they do it back, and then you do it back, because you're invincible the entire time you're jumping functionally. Oh yeah, random pickups, like full heals. I should put that in caps. Like full heals, will just spawn wherever. The AI will often be where they are in advance. Man, that has to be the worst feeling thing in the universe, huh? When you like finally have a pretty good run going at a boss and then they just magically full heal because they're standing on top of where a full heal spawned. Oh man, rough. Definitely not a big fan of that. The good.
Yeah, it does have some of the funniest possible, like, broken shit in a quote-unquote fighting game I've seen in a hot second.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how Flanders is broken beyond broken.
Praise to God and gets a Gil revive.
Yeah, because it's a full revive with functionally no resource cost, I think is what really makes it outrageous. And every boss after Smithers was just like notably easier. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I think that's all I really got. Oh, his ult is the lightning bolts. Oh, okay. Right. But yeah. No block button is really all this game needed to be doomed. Oh, also, grabs suck shit.
In the wrestling game.
Yeah, they're awful. It is allegedly a wrestling game where if you ever go for like a grapple, you're an idiot. They're so bad. All you get is just like chuck them against a rope and then they kind of come back to you slowly and they can just jump cancel out of that and like make it an attack. Like, yeah, the only thing you get is like an Irish whip and it is dookie. It is dookie butt cheeks and it does nothing. It's so bad. Yeah. I think that's about all I have for Simpsons Wrestling because it was another game that kind of very boring. It's kind of just like agonizingly nothing.
So that's kind of just the long and short of it for this one. It is easily one of the most aggressively just nothing video games on the wheel for you.
Yeah, it was one of them that was I didn't even have to worry about the vote going the other way for, hey, can we stop playing this? Can we just like do anything else? Because as soon as it was on the board and there was an option to get rid of it, everyone immediately slammed, please get this game out of my sight as fast as you can. Okay.
I no longer wish to view The Simpsons.
God, and they were so right because it is heinously boring. All right, let me get this one over. I have feelings about this video game.
Oh, I know you do.
I have feelings about this video game. There's very few video games on this earth that truly do make me want to like actually scream and like yell. Man, Dragon's Lair sure is one of them. We'll have a little bit of the game's OST and then we'll probably swap because it is also so fucking buns. That's the best part of the OST. It's all downhill from here. There we are. Dragon's Lair for the Super Nintendo. Worst bits. Fuck. All of it? Can I say all of it? Am I allowed to just say it's all buns? Because holy smokes, I hate Dragon's Lair. Holy smokes, I hate this game. Oh man, okay. Just cruel design from the ground up. Thinks it's very funny and clever, and most of its pranks only work because the game is dog shit. Like the whole like prank of me getting killed by this stuff, I'm only getting killed by it because the game is so bad to control. It's just so bad. Yeah. Do I hate it way more or less than Dragon's Lair the QuickTime? Oh, like the original? By 1,000 miles, that one's better. That one's so much better, it's not even in the same room. Like, that one is embarrassed by this one existing. That one's like, whatever. It's a Flash game, but it's like a cartoon. And like, sure, whatever. They're doing
It's
a
a
thing.
cartoon by Don Bluth. Like,
Yeah.
it has some redeeming qualities.
And this is just, ugly, ugly, ugly game. Really hideous to look at. Levels have multiple exits. Most of them fully loop back to
I was gonna
earlier
say, yeah,
stages.
Fake exits, effectively, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spelling. So the other thing is you have to do so many platforming challenges in one shot that are just outrageous. Like pushing a barrel into water, getting under it, and then juggling it over to another platform in one try is so messed up. It's so messed up, dude. That barrel thing is... I don't know who thought it was an acceptable thing to put into a video game that's like sold it, but like, fuck them. They're an asshole. That shit's insane. Yeah, there's the platform escort quest. Hitting an anvil the correct distance. Both are horrible. And I think a reason they're both so horrible is the physics on these objects is crazy. Teflon could learn a lesson in slipping. It's unbelievable. It's everything is you touch it the tiniest amount and it zoops off into space. The anvil in particular is the one that I had to deal with the most, and it just pissed me off to no end because I would walk up slowly to it and bump it and it would go farther than it should, but not far enough because I was going slow, and then I would like back up, bump it 1% harder, and then it would launch off into goddamn space. And then I like didn't have anything to do. And some of the stuff also like wouldn't respawn, like the barrel, or if you took one attempt at it and whiffed, it would put you in a situation where you would not be able to get back up to where you'd need to be to push said barrel. Oh my god. Yeah, every enemy takes 1 million hits. Of hits, most sub weapons are trash. The shuriken boomerang is the only good sub weapon, comma, but if it hits you, you take damage. That's right. This game makes you want to dodge your own boomerang. I hate it here. It's like,
That's truly just the perfect encapsulation of Dragon's Lair is I hate it here.
I hate it here. There is so much about that game that just makes me say like, God, why was I put here just to suffer Dragon's Lair?
Why would you do this?
Yeah, really rough. So many different ways you can loop. This game could be its own video in all the ways it blows. I guess the main sword animation looks horrible and the hitbox is worse. There is a respawning. It's like a lazy chase thing too. It's like the dragon head spawns in and then like slowly floats over to where you are in the way that's like as obnoxious as it possibly could be. It's wild that that's the thing that just keeps happening. And I think that's a big thing is like, it wouldn't be so bad, but you're dealing with some of the most dog shit platforming you've ever controlled. And then there's like a lazy chase guy constantly spawning on top of you over and over again. To just beat your ass. It's, so rough. Behind the foreground maze. Yeah, cool, thanks. One is mandatory. One is a lie. Guess which one? Yeah. Audio hellscape. You're not getting it much here. Every sound effect is a nightmare. If you weren't here for this game, I implore you, go look up a playthrough, or I could actually just switch over to this long plays audio real quick.
Sound design is my passion.
So many levels have like 3,000 of a guy yelling over and over and going like, wah, wah, wah. Like that. And let me show you I'm not cherry picking. I'll just click a random spot. The respawning dragon. That's the respawning guy, by the way. He's back. Oh. Yeah, now for the hard part. What do I say is good about the property? Oh,
I think it's totally fair for this one to just say nothing.
If you need to scream at a thing, this is a good thing to scream at. That's like really all I have. You can yell at it, and it can't feel bad. Yeah,
Say can't hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah. You can call Dragon's Lair for the SNES a wiener. It doesn't have feelings. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, on the map screen, you have a little Dirk, with no arms, legs, or torso, and he's kind of funny. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got. That's
okay,
all
bye.
I have. Nice to say. Yeah, it's really hard to get across how rough the platform challenges are. Like, shoving the anvil feels so terrible. It's inconsistent, it's unclear what they want you to do a lot of the time, and oh, holy smokes, the number of challenges you can whiff just the tiniest little bit, and it immediately means you have to start the whole level over. Rough. All right. Get our next game up here. Again, we'll put the music up first and see if people can play Spot the Music. Oh, you know what? I would love to talk about this one. Yeah. I have such complicated feelings about High Seas Havoc after having played it in context of so many other games. God, High Seas Havoc is such a trip. Cause the thing that it does so hard. It does it so hard. Game made for monsters. It's like so hard in the final 2 levels. It ain't great before that either, but holy shit, man, you aren't gonna believe this. Like, it is so much harder than games people think of as like hard games. Which is, oh man. So everything does just tremendous amounts of damage to you. You die so fast to so many things. Enemies will occasionally spawn at, like approaching sprite limits. Like there are parts of this game where you have a bunch of little flying squirrel guys flying at you, and it will start to overwhelm the renderer. Like the game will start slowing to a crawl because they're making so many of guys just to fly at you and try to get you. And every single one of them does like 1/4 of your health on hit. Bosses follow the classic rule of like 40, Jesus Christ. Like every boss you need to hit so many times. Your attack is awful. Like the hitbox on this thing is so bad. It's this tiny little arc in front of you. It feels like it's only active for like maybe like 2 or 3 frames. The hitbox is absolutely smaller than the image, the sprite they use to represent it. Man, it feels really rough to use. It has some startup. Yeah, they expect you to just slam it perfect. They expect you to just absolutely be hitting that thing constantly, non-stop. For what it's worth, I think this game is like more difficult than Dragon's Lair in that it is asking you to do very challenging things. It's not that the game is like controls really terribly or anything. Like it doesn't control great. It's like very 4 out of 10 by like most platform standards. But it asks you to do like truly 12 out of 10 shit is the big thing. Like it's taking somebody who's never played a shmup before and putting them in front of like, you know, the craziest shit on the planet. Just telling them like, here's Armed Police Bat Rider, get a 1cc in 1 try. Like it just feels outrageous. No, it's not Kirby post-game 100% shit. No, there is nothing that's ever been in a Kirby game, and I've played almost all of them to 100%, including the ones people reference as like very, very hard, some of the Wii ones with, you know, super long late games. Not even close, not even in the same universe, not in the same room, nowhere near. No. This is like, do things that border on like not pixel perfect, but like 5, I would say, like 5 pixels, over and over again, for like 45 seconds of attacks, and then you get a window to attack them twice if you're decent. You move kinda Sonic-y, but not enough. Like, it's somewhere between Mario and Sonic, but kinda the worst of both. You're a little slippery and can accelerate a little too long, but not really reach a good top speed. You speed up like it's going to be a Sonic game, like it's gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog, but then you just stop getting faster. It's really bizarre. Like, you're running and you're like, oh, all right, it's Sonic time. Like, imagine if Sonic started running in Sonic 2 and then just like stopped when he got to like 40% of his top speed. Like, he was just like, yeah, that'll do. that's good. Let's not go faster than that.
Tired.
Yeah, it's really rough on that front. Dog Wizard is a bullet hell boss they accidentally let into this fucking game. Like, I don't know how they did this. I love him. I hate him. That son of a bitch has taken hours of my life.
That son of a bitch fucked my wife.
God, he came close. I'm telling you. Dog Wizard is so rough. So rough. Yeah. Every attack Dog Wizard does is a huge maze at minimum, a reaction check and a guess at maximum, and he's almost never vulnerable. It is agonizing how much time he spends either in... It's a combination, right? It's either he is fully just invincible, you can't hit him, like... the teleport move is one that you think you're gonna be able to hit him, but then you swing and it tinks off of him because he was at the very first frame of starting to teleport and he was already invincible. And there is so much of that, of just trying to find the very specific spot where you're allowed to hit him without taking damage. You have to do like so many loops to do it in any way, shape, or form safely. God, it's brutal. It's a cute 4 out of 10 game that's inexplicably 20 out of 10 difficult. Because that's really what it is like, it's not, it's a solid enough little game. Like, it would be super forgettable. It was forgettable. People don't talk about this game other than us pit crew freaks who've been dealing with it a bunch. Like, no one knows what this fucking game is. Because why would they? It's like, whatever. Most people rent this game, they play like the first level, the second level, and then they can't get through the third one, and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. And then they get on with their life.
I will say, I do think, at least from what I'm remembering, it's probably the most well-made game on your wheel.
Yeah. I'd even say The Good might be a top 3 game on the wheel. It's not even shockingly solid. It's a competent enough platformer, and the way it's fucked up is fascinating. I think that's really what it is like, the game is so overtuned and so 20 out of 10 difficult and so outrageous, but like, you don't get a lot of those, right? Like, a lot of these games are bad because they're boring and they're forgettable. Yeah, High Seas Havoc is many things, but forgettable is none of them if you play the whole thing. Like, there are so many crazy things this game does. Like, we really are harping largely on the bosses as the hardest part. The levels are nuts. The levels are nuts. Like, one of them is like a cave made of spikes everywhere. Like, below you, above you, around you, spikes. And just all everywhere. Then there's like a bunch of fucking ants that you gotta jump across, and those are also covered in spikes. And there's like random bats that'll come down to just like kiss you on the mouth and make you get knocked into the spikes. It is horrible. It's so fucked. There's platforms that, like, you land on them, they tilt 90 degrees to the side, and then they'll just like hang out for a second, and then they drop out from under you. It's, oh my god, it's so many of them.
I gotta say, Ty, at one point during that rant, you were going a little bit Fensler Films G.I. Joe energy. And I gotta say, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. This game's insane. I'm riding ants. Yeah. Yeah, the levels are so mean too. Shaman dog enemies are so slow. Hit all 6 of them to move on, and they just jam them in hallways. Those enemies suck, dude. Those enemies suck so fucking bad. I really don't think that I wonder how much time I burned purely on standing in front of the dog who's invincible, summoning 5 little guys that surround him that take turns shooting fireballs, and I have to kick all the little guys, and then he despawns. And they put them exactly in the way. Like, they put them to, like, you can't even damage boost through them because they're just body blocking the whole shit. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Truly just an insane game.
Yeah. And I guess the final good thing is, I would highly recommend, any, oh god, did I misspell recommend? Probably. Help. Google. Oh, I can't spell. Google. 1C, great. I would highly recommend any difficulty perverts. I think it's legitimately very funny the way this game is fucked up. I think it is like legitimately hilarious how brutal it is. You get absolutely lit up by everything in this game, both like too much damage, bad platforms, rough control that they're expecting too much out of you from. The final level is just like, do the pirate ship again, but this time we're throwing, and I'm not exaggerating, like 200 boxes at you. Like, you're trying to get to the end of this pirate ship, and it's an endless series of waves of boxes being shot at you in like varying angles. It's crazy. Let me skip to box hell here so people can see. Oh, that's so cool. Well, first of all, here, let's peep a little dog whiz. Let's appreciate that guy. So yeah, here's the terrible waiting on an ant. This at least is a part where you're just hanging out. Oh yeah, that enemy is like fully invuln to most of your attacks, and yeah, let's see how long it takes them. Oh, nice, they recorded wrong. Ooh, they did a way too hard a way to dodge that. My way's way easier. You just crouch the first two and then combat roll onto the second. Way easier.
I am here for Kai giving tips and or criticism to the players.
He's invincible for all of this too. Yeah, just dodge through all my rocks, Superman. You can roll there to give yourself a little bit more space. It's kind of neither here nor there. The roll gives you a little bit more time, but it's not like super key. Nope, he was already invincible. No, fuck you, you didn't get him. Also the Guess White Boy guest attack is pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of waiting, a lot of waiting. And the thing is, I wouldn't say even this game is like particularly like handsome or good looking or whatever. It's just like, again, a 4 out of 10 mascot platformer. Like, this game looks roughly as good as Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. Like, you know, it's fine. It's a fucking Data East platformer. Half of them look like this. And yeah, again, so this is big waiting. Shout outs to the long player for trying to attack him. He's invincible there. You can't hit him, stupid. So unfair. So unfair. No, I believe this is a re-recorded long play. Yeah, it still takes that long. That's with like perfect hits too. Wild stuff. Wild stuff.
Nightmare Boss.
Yeah. And then let's show Box Zone, which hell yeah. Oh, nice. They're managing to stay above the boxes pretty handily. They've optimized their pathing. Oh yeah, there's some re-record jumps on here. It's so much.
Why are there just boxes flying around?
That's a great question, Co-Buddy, because they hate you and they want you to die.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the other part where they really hate you and want you to die. It's the lead.
I mean, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah. Get in line. Who is it? Oh, where's this part at?
I've been there for years, bucko.
So this is already pretty cool. There again, unfortunately, this long play is very re-recorded, so they're just like swoosing through everything and not even now. Yeah,
so many enemies.
They just keep spawning. It's crazy. Like it's non-stop. They just start shitting them at you. Look at that. And then, yeah, tiny ice platforms with inside-out jumps, just wall-to-wall inside-out jumps where you have to, like, jump off a platform and then onto a platform directly above you, like, with no extra overhang or anything. They make you do so many of these. No, usually a re-record is a case of, like, you can record a playthrough over multiple, like, it's like states, but you just save inputs and replay them. Oh, man. This is the point where I felt the game was truly losing its marbles. Yeah, I think it's around this level where it, like, goes beyond, just beyond what is acceptable to anyone. But yeah, that's High Seas Havoc. I think really the best thing I have to say about this game is, like, if you like retro games and you like retro platformers and you want to play one that's, like, so unabashedly fucked up that you can't help but laugh at what it's doing to you, High Seas Havoc is absolutely that game. There is nothing else like it. What a crock of shit, as my friend Slowbeef would say. It is outrageous how hard that game is.
completely unrelated. It is so funny how "what a crock of shit" has been permanently etched into your lexicon
Yeah.
ever since that Phasmophobia stream.
Yeah, it was so funny. Slow Beef dying and his last words being yelling "what a crock of shit" was, oh my god, formative experience. I was laughing for like a literal week after that. It was so good. Okay, let me get next game up here. Oh god, I hope there's not a playthrough of this one. Also, this one, I'm just gonna put the Street Fighter music on now because it's really bit crushed Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones long play. Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you. Yippee! That's him. That's the Star War. That's him. He's a clone. No, I hate being a clone. That's what he's saying.
All right, this game existed.
Despite everyone's wishes, this game definitely existed. Despite every moment of my life wanting this game to cease existing. It sure did. Let me get my text source up here. I guess I should say episode 2. So people know it's that. Worst bits. So boring, dude. So boring. Like so boring. Huge war of attrition. You're constantly managing your life bar as infinite spawns try to plink away at you. What else was really bad? You know what? You know what else was really annoying about this game? The fact that you weren't allowed to use your special moves or else you were playing the game wrong. You can't use your special meter.
You have to
Because
use them for like jumps, right?
yeah, you have to there. But for most of the levels you can't because enemies only have one drop table and it's binary. Is your special meter full? If no, drop special meter. Bad. If full, drop health instead. Very crucial to win the video game. So like, it's kind of a case of you can't use that stuff because otherwise you'll never get heals, and if you never get heals, you're not gonna finish this shit. Like, you're constantly getting duffed by everything, which is really, really rough. Oh, move inputs are wild. You have to hold the attack button and then press a direction. I think I'm going behind. Oh no, I'm good. And that feels so bad, to be clear. Like, you have to hold if you just hold B or press B, nothing happens. You have to press or hold B and then press down or forward or up or back. There is no neutral B. It simply doesn't exist. It doesn't do anything. Which is, man. Yeah, really boring environments. Every time they make you do platforming, it's the worst. Really unclear progression in some levels. There were a lot of parts where I need to, you need to like find card keys, I think. I don't, oh man. The pilot segments are both inscrutable and miserable. The parts where you have to fly a ship in this game are fucked. Let me skip to one because they're crazy. Yeah, here's the first one, the easy one. Yeah, it is so easy to forget about these flying parts that were on a Game Boy Advance. They are just so inscrutable. Every time I was successful at a piloting portion, I was largely unclear as to why. Like, I would finish, it would say, you win, and then I'd just be like, huh? Huh? I wouldn't even say it's technically impressive. Like, I don't gotta give it up to Faceball 2000, you know? I've seen better. It was the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen better than this. Also, let me show you the late one, because the late one is like, hell yeah, dude. Is it here? Dooku takes flight. Shoot the Genosian protectors.
Ooh. Okay, so an important thing to note about this kind of shit. This is inscrutable on a regular monitor. Imagine actually playing this on your Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah, and there's gonna be another Game Boy Advance game that I am going to repeatedly just be pointing at it and being like, how were you supposed to do this? How were you supposed to do this?
I'm pretty sure I know which
Jurassic Park? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. God. Yeah. This game, I guess my closing thoughts on this one is just like, what a drag. Like, this game really is just such a drag. Every part of it. It's like an attrition of the human spirit when you're playing Star Wars Episode 2. It feels bad. You're just kind of wandering through shit. You're hoping it gives you progress. The music is really bad because it's really low quality loops of bad Star Wars parts. Yeah, I think the ending is extremely dire. It is maybe the most Thend. What is the origin of Thend? I can't remember what the original was, but it was a game that just had a screen. Super Contra 7, that's right. It was a bootleg Contra game, and it just said Thend at the end of it, which is the best word that's ever been used to describe an ending that comes out of nowhere and doesn't satisfy anyone. And this game might be the most Thend I've ever seen. I feel like Kung Fu films are often Thend positive because they're like, yeah, you beat the final boss guy in a cool fight, and then everyone was happy the end because, like, you don't care about the rest of this. This game, on the other hand, was you fight so many guys and you fight Count Dooku and he beats your first character and then your second character jumps in and you're like, oh shit, and now Obi-Wan's gonna, you know, do a thing, and everyone's like, yo, and then he beats you as well for free. He throws you off camera and then it cuts to a JPEG of it being like, can you imagine how cool it was when Yoda won? And it's like, wait, but I don't get to play Yoda? No, absolutely not. That's true, yeah, and that's even coming off of Beethoven's Second, where it ends with like a crayon drawing of some dogs that says "the end" on it. Yeah, too small, too green, couldn't possibly see him. He's so small, it's impossible to fit him on the Game Boy Advance. And yeah, the good. No, I really have nothing nice to say about this game. This is
just so boring.
yeah. I've had more fun with Tiger Electronics. In fact, I will put that. I have had way more fun with most Tiger Electronics products. This to me is sub Tiger Electronics. Those at least there's a defined play field, you know. there's that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should mention that you have to spend bar to jump. I'll put that here. That being said, you are often forced to use bar to jump good. Which, oh man, really? To jump good? Yeah. That's the level Star Wars Episode 2 is on. Oof. Alright, let me copy these notes over. Yeah, I truly hated Star Wars Episode 2. This game was... It was miserable every time it rolled. Like, I don't know if there was ever a period where I was like, cool. When it was there, I never was like, all right, finally, it's about time. Oh hell yeah. Now this is a long play. I'm excited to watch again. Thank you, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. No, I'm not ranking what like is the best or worst. I might do that after I've organized all of my thoughts, but I have no interest in like making a simple list at this point. All right. Game. I'm Commando. Worst bits. Controls so bad, man. it's absolutely outrageous how long we were stuck there.
15, 0600 hours, security zone 7. The Historical Tactical Center, an elite combat training facility.
I'll let this intro go because I think this was the second best part of the game.
The Otega Corporation has engineered a radical breakthrough in tachyon physics that enables scientists literally to manipulate time. For the military, this means the power to simulate any form of combat, past, present, or future. It also means the constant threat of electronic theft and sabotage. That's why the military created SAVE, Special Action for Virus Elimination. 0630. SAVE agent Stanley Opar starts his shift. It looks like an easy day. Not even a routine drill. Until disaster strikes. 0700. An agent for a rival corporation has infiltrated the top ranks of Otega programmers. His mission? Sabotage.
So yeah, things I want to bring up immediately. There's a constant timer ticking down to a game over of the virus getting you. Let's go to the one good part of the game. The kind of corny music of the first level is kind of cute. Everything else is buns. You have to be like running along getting time cubes to jam into the thing to bring down your virus meter. Another game that's very like attrition heavy, where enemies are constantly swinging at you and just bopping you a little bit. You often are, yeah, turn it up, dude. You are often outranged by the enemy in just like a very, very clean way, where they have a stick and you don't have a stick. Really baffling interactables. There's a lot of interactables that are really, really obnoxious in this game. There's a few random like switches to enable levers and stuff that no one would realize are there until you've started zooping around repeatedly and just rubbing your face on every wall. So I think the constant mismatch of the frame rate of your character moving around, especially when compared against like the backgrounds and whatnot, looks so awkward and so bad, like especially of the big turns. There are so many. Yeah, we've done a full day of watching classics of game on this channel before. Yeah. This game just feels terrible. The weapons are really rough. I forgot an important thing. Racist. This game does some kind of racist shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. It has that like back in time stuff, which is not great. Don't love that. Yeah, it has some parts where you're going through some less sensitive periods of time, let's say. Yeah, not great. Yeah, very cool ways to handle a lot of stuff. And yeah, eventually the final boss, which is what I kind of want to talk about. Oh, it does have occasional very funny dick moves. Will instant kill you on the last level because a button you have to press secretly is to open an airlock and it just sucks you into space. Kind of funny, but not that funny. Like, if they had labeled it and made it so it was your fault, I think that would be like a little less rough, you know? Also, wow, this part just has no music, huh? Great. What else did this game do? Final boss is unhinged. Moving around a 3D orb while also doing an escort quest, picking up ammo from around a sphere. Like, brutal to use. Yeah, it is really rough stuff. Good. What was the good of this game? Kind of charming in how goofy, janky it is. I think that's fair, right? I think it does have a certain amount of, you know, you kind of look at it and it's kind of goofy. It looks kind of funny to watch. It's like a funny guy like gallivanting around. It's got that goober factor that like the original Alone in the Darks have, I think. I would say the stage 1 song is corny, but kind of a bop. I kind of like it. They're like, like that. That's at least something, you know? Like, pretty good. Yeah. Reasonably entertaining to behold, I think, is what helps a lot there. It's like, it's not the worst thing to look at on the planet, you know, except for like the Wild West parts and the, you know, the other parts. Yeah, it has a password system so you can skip it. That's true. That's true.
Yay!
Yay. All right.
That's part of playing a video game, not playing it.
Yep. I love approaching the void and being like, is this good? is this good for me? Oh, Tarzan.
Oh, Tarzan.
Do they have a long play for the Tarzan unreleased beta? Probably not. Damn, no. Let me see. Oh, this one has a guy on top of it. I don't need that. Oh, there it is. Finally, I found someone brave enough, not named Thigh Tuesday or Smite, to play Tarzan for the SNES. Worst bits. Wrong Tarzan! Who gives a shit about a book? It's not the Tarzan that the suburban mothers crave. It's the wrong one. Oh man, immediately brutal. Has the Prince of Persia animation trumps control idea turned up to 1000. Everything feels awful. You're locked in wild ways by animations. If you jump while not moving, you get a super high jump that is very controllable left and right. As in, more controllable than Tarzan on the ground. Like way better control if you just jump 10,000 feet straight up in the air and then wiggle back and forth. Also, I didn't want to loop, please Marvel. There we go. If you jump with any movement left or right, you do a horizontal jump that is so buns. It is so buns. It feels so awful doing that jump because you just take off like a rocket and then inexplicably at some point you like you just like stop moving and you start turning into the normal jump animation and you just fall like a stone. Like when Tina first was watching this game, she had this moment of like, wait, did you hit a platform? Because it looks like it, because you're doing the long sideways jump and then you just like stop all of your momentum and fall straight down, and it like looks like you clipped a thing, but you didn't. Really rude enemies. Constant threat of birds plinking away at you. This game is king shit of unclear WinCon Mountain. This is like maybe the most collect the nuggies and also at the same time, where is the tech source for that? This game both does collect the nuggies to the umpteenth degree, and it is the definer for uncertain win condition, where you have to collect a certain amount of coins, but you don't know how many. You have to get a certain number of coins to make the exit spawn somewhere. Where? Guess, white boy, guess. Like, I don't know, man. You figure it out. How many coins do you need? Guess, white boy, guess. It's, oh man, why does Tarzan need money? That's a great point. That's a great question. Why does Tarzan need money? Oh god. Some of the portals spawn in agonizing spots. The waterfall level really comes to mind, where the spot that you needed to get to required you to go back to the very beginning of the level and then jump up and behind you to grab a vine that took you over to a spot on the top right edge of the stage that you can't reach any other way. Which is like, man, the swimming feels so awful in this game. You're always going like either up by 1 unit per time or down by 1 unit per time, and there's like no way to not be moving. So you're always on this weird like diagonal trajectory, and you take a really long time to turn around. So if you go from facing left to facing right, it like locks you doing that for a solid 30 frames, 35 frames, something like that. What's the origin of guess, white boy, guess? That's a great question, and thank you, Indigo, for already pulling it up. So it was a tweet by Brutus, who is a Street Fighter player, fighting game player in general, but at this time was playing Street Fighter 5, and the tweet reads, "I hate Street Fighter 5. This Bison player keeps doing slide into V-trigger activation at my local and yelling, 'Guess, white boy, guess.'" Which is such a good tweet.
Beautiful tweet.
Yeah.
Tweet, all-timer.
Yeah, I love pressing / and then doing Bandit Revolver RC and yelling, "Guess, white boy, guess." Extremely good stuff. Man, the good. It didn't come out. That's like pretty good. They didn't release it, so like the only people who are like dumb enough to fucking subject themselves to this shit is like Smite and I, you know.
Also, the good, yeah, Flare Sword does bring up a good point. The good, Smite's quote about is real good.
Oh, like it's real bad, it's ass. It sucks a lot.
It sucks real bad, it's nasty.
It's nasty, yeah. Oh yeah, no, V-trigger activation off slide. V-trigger activation just lets you like cancel your move really early, so in that case, it just lets Bison be insanely plus. The slide that Dictator gets is usually like held in check a little bit by being pretty punishable on block, so like if they just YOLO a slide and you block it, you usually get to punish them for it. But if instead they do slide and then cancel it into V-trigger, they now are tremendously plus and get to do something before you do, so they can just like do a 50-50 afterwards, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Slide is supposed to be super minus, so him getting to do slide and then get a mix-up afterwards is like deranged moments of game design. It's part, like, the thing they're complaining about, for the record, while I don't agree, I understand fully why they hate it. Like, I get it. Yeah, it's like if a game didn't have Roman cancel and they just added it, it would drive me up a wall. Yeah, I think that's all I got for Tarzan. Is it didn't come out, but like, God, even just watching someone else try to control this game, like, look at this. Look at this right now. He's trying to walk up and stab this fucking ape. He's trying so hard to stab this fucking ape. And he just cannot do it because you try to move forward a little bit. He just doesn't move because he has too much startup on fucking walking. And then you get duffed and you get sent back to the past by the fucking ape. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna beat this ape with my impressive neutral. I'm gonna footies this ape. And then you don't footies the ape. The ape footies you.
I hate when the ape footies me.
Also, this is what the music sounds like. Someone lost a fight with some drums. Hell yeah! This motherfucker's cheating! Nice! Love to learn that a long play is cheating. It's weird how much that's happened during this wheel. Yeah, they took no damage from any of that. Damn, that's crazy, man. The more I watch long plays of bad games, the more I realize how many of them just fucking have cheat codes on and shit. Oh, that's awesome.
Built different.
Built different. Does the guy on YouTube know about the dart gun? Doesn't matter if you're invincible. If you're just cheating. Yeah. Oh, man. Also, like, to his defense, or their defense rather, the the blowgun sucks. The blowgun sucks a lot and takes a million years to start up. Also, like, if you want to fire just one bullet out of the gun, you need to be so precise because you have to hold it down for long enough for the first shot to come out, but not the second. And it's like 30 frames of startup for the first shot and then like 2 more frames for the second one. So you have like the tiniest window. There were so many times I was trying to do single shot blowgun and I would get like 3. I was just like, damn. Hell yeah. Keep it up, long player. Yeah, the only good thing I have to say about this game is that they didn't release it. And that's probably good. They shouldn't have. Oh, I don't mind a long play using save states or whatever. It's very funny to see them just use infinite life. That is very good. You don't see that one super often. All right, next game up. What game do I desire to talk about next? I probably should have just had the wheel, you know, to do it with the wheel the way that would probably have made more sense. Yeah, you know what? Let's get this one out of the way. Yeah, I'll bring up the soundtrack to see if people can guess which game it is first. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to guess which game it is based on just the soundtrack.
Wolverine.
Who could say?
Wolverine.
Possible. No one could ever figure this out.
Oh, okay, let me get a long play of Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Great. This is Wolverine, Adamantium Rage. Worst bits. Made by Bits. That's the name of the company that helped make this, but that's neither here nor there. Worst bits of this. Oh man. This game redefines attrition warfare. You have nowhere near enough health to do what they expect. You have Wolverine's healing factor, but it's crazy slow. It is crazy slow. You would be standing there like even with like 400% speed, you are still standing there for a real life minute to get your health again. It's wild. So let's say you have the patience of a saint and are willing to wait it out. Tough shit, Chuckle Nuts. This game has a doom timer. It started when you started. If said timer runs out, visible across the entire game, a tracking through the wall enemy will spawn that when she catches you, you game over. The end. Get fucked. Why did you play Wolverine? It's so rough, man. It's just an invisible timer in the background that if it goes off, a little girl in a red dress with a jetpack homes in on you and kills you, and that's it. That's it. That's it. The only reason this mechanic isn't like any way justifiable is because they put Wolverine's healing factor in, but it's like the slowest thing in the universe. So like, you just have to sit there and wait. But if you do that, God forbid, the player already suffers through waiting like 5 minutes per level to get their health back. Now they have to start on the way all over. No, it's not an uncertain win condition. No, it's the opposite. It's a you lose condition. It's a doom timer, and there aren't too many of those on this wheel. Weirdly enough, not a lot of doom timers. Game controls horribly. Getting Wolverine to do what you expect is a trial. If you tap up on the D-pad or up forward, up back, Wolverine instantly does a combat dive. Holy shit, is it easy to do on accident at the worst times imaginable. There are so many times you will expect yourself to like tap up on the D-pad to jump because it feels like that kind of game. And then instead Wolverine just catapults himself through the air. Like, I can't think of a single other game that pressing up on the D-pad rockets you forward. Anyone? Can anyone think of a game where like a side scroller, a platformer, where pressing up rockets you forward? Because I don't understand why they did this. It's really, really rough. Yeah, Mega Man X6 has the terrible zero dive. Yeah. Your attacks are abysmal. They range from ineffective little swipes to fully unusable air attacks, and a used once in the entire... Oh, behind the screen. You have an attack that makes Wolverine T-pose, and it is beyond useless for the entire game until a boss fight where it is the only way to win. That is really rough. That does kill me. Yeah, I will give this game a counter on the collect nuggies chart. I think that's fair, because you have a lot of levels where it's like, kill 30 guys, and you just kind of have to run around the level hunting down enough guys. Oh, bosses are unbelievably hard. Like, most of the bosses in this game are just a bit, and enough of looking at the menus. You have to play the game, long player. I'm making you, you have to play it. You have to deal with this. The bosses in this game range from a guy who stands perfectly still and just kind of plinks away at you with like shots from full screen in a way that's functionally unanswerable other than running up and damage racing him. To the boss that has like 3 different forms where you're fighting 3 bosses at the same time, and all of them are bad. Like, all 3 are really bad. Yeah, one boss is 3 bosses at the same time. All of them are Mr. Contact damage. It's brutal. That thing sucks, dude. Cause yeah, they all have their own health bar too. Yeah, fight through 3 health bars, baby. Yeah, mazes all over, endless waves of dudes, just so bad to play. Like, at the end of all of this, I am going to have to at least think, like, which is the game I would least want to have to replay for each console. And there's no shot Adamantium Rage isn't, like, at least in the conversation, right? Like Dragon's Lair, Wolverine's Adamantium Rage, like, games that if I never played them again, it's too soon, you know? I think Adamantium Rage is God, and RoboCop too. Oh, we had some really rough stuff on the Super Nintendo, huh? I think it's also worth mentioning that game is ugly. I think this game is really, really bad to look at. The way they like don't outline characters at all, and a lot of the environments are just like big blobby shit.
Also, I've been distracted a little bit, but this has probably come up. This music is fucking dire, man.
Yeah, it's really not good. It's like unique in a way. Yeah, I'll
Unique
say
doesn't always mean good.
Yeah, I think it sucks ass. I'm sure there are, you know, there's probably people who are going to go to bat for it. Some people claim it's like, oh, it's like a genre that came out way later and was way better. It's like an early example of it. And I'm like, sure, man. It's unique though.
I guess.
I don't know if any other games play like this. I think like Final Note 2, whereas like High Seas Havoc, I think any Kuso enjoyers should play. Nah, just dodge this. It's worthless. Like, it is not even fun to play as a trash game. It's just horrible. It's really, really rough. It's, man. And just such a nasty war of attrition. The good. It's very funny they put in a harder difficulty. I refuse to believe a human being has completed it on hardware, and I would love to be proven otherwise, but yeah, the harder difficulty on this is so funny to me that they did that. It's like funny that they were like, yeah, we should make another mode of this where you take like 5 times as much damage. Yeah, there's an image of Wolverine mad on a computer.
That is true. That's a pretty good image.
I'll even say it's Kino. I'll say it's all right. This is pretty good. It's like pretty funny. It's a good meme. That's it. That's all I got though. That's it.
You hear about these? About these memes?
All right, let me. All right, let me pull up the next game. Oh, I know what one I want to talk about. There's one I want to get out of my system because it's going to take a little bit longer. It's cheesy. I'll just say it's cheesy. I want to talk about cheesy. Let's talk about cheesy. I hate cheesy. I truly hate cheesy.
Fair.
Yeah, cheesy is so detestable. Let me get the long play up over here. It is difficult for me to think of a game I hated playing more than cheesy. Worst bits. Maybe the worst controlling platformer ever created. Not being hyperbolic. They fucked up bad. Like, it is so bad to control. This game has momentum inside of momentum inside of momentum. You slide around at all times. You start up slow, accelerate slow, and still somehow decelerate too slow. Like, it's too slow every step of the way. God, it feels bad to play. Constant vertical level mazes. Figure out how to climb to a place. What place? I don't know, man. Somewhere. Probably higher up. Maybe to the right. Good luck, dude. Like, there were so many levels where it was like, where do I need to go? And the answer was, I don't know, like up, probably. You might have to go down at one point too. I don't know. You figure it out. Do some stuff. You piece it together. You're a smart kid. And it's like, oh man. Really awful audio. Gunshots, screams, barely there background music. Nothing feels like it fits in. Truly a post-meth hangover nightmare, where you're a mouse. Like, it's so bad. Everything, like, feels really miserable. Like, I don't know. It felt like someone trying to make like an edgy mouse character, but they just made a guy who looks strung out and feels strung out. Damn. Yeah, you have to take it slow at all times. It feels really bad. Because you have to like lock in place and aim. You just don't get enough health to make up for it. Oh, sick. Love to watch the long play accidentally go back in a level. Progress is uncertain and frustrating at best, and actively trying to obfuscate where to go at worst. Oh, the QTEs. AKA the non-platforming segments are worse. Like somehow they're fucking worse. I don't know how they're worse, but they're worse. Despite being just hold left or right, the minecart segments are unresponsive, which again to me just seems impossible. Like, how do you make something that literally all it needs to do is play the cutscene out and then just check if you're holding left or holding right, and if you are, great, you pass, keep going. But instead they have the cart like fully shift over from left to right, and it takes a really, really long time. And the stuff will hit you until you are all the way over to the side. Yeah, just huge amounts of startup on leaning left and right. You often just need to see the future to not get clipped. The UFO flying segments make me want to throw up. Like, they make me actually want to barf. That was horrible. Had to talk to the audience and tell them when they could look at the screen again. Every other stage is climbing a big tube and getting to a random location. It's so easy to fall and lose all of your progress. Sometimes you have to. There's a few times where I had to fall down to a lower area, and there was like no indicator that that was the right thing. I just had to do it. Just had to do it. Wow, it was bad. The good. When I looked up a video of the final boss to make sure I was doing it correctly, it pulled up my friend Slow Beef's video, and I got to listen to Slow Beef hate the game basically the exact same ways I do. Like, that was really fun. I pulled it up and it was Slow Beef being like, wow, I'm sorry everybody, this shit's gonna make me throw up. Like, I knew cheesy was ass, but I didn't know it was this ass. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna put it on screen for just a second in the little corner, so like, don't look at the corner of the screen if you don't want to die instantly. These are the UFO flying segments. This is the more controlled part of them. You might notice it just rips the screen 180 degrees multiple time back to back. Yeah. That part's pretty cool. Okay, then I think this is the boss. So not only does the boss do the whole you rip 180 degrees back and forth, you also have to do it non-stop, and also the screen is flashing the whole time. It's not like full screen black and white flashing, but it is like slightly darker and slightly brighter flashing non-stop. Oh man. Yup, and you just have to do this back and forth for so long. Yep, this is what I ended up having to do too. This was the only way I could beat it, was by just zipping back and forth constantly. Yeah, this is the final boss. This is what I had to do too. Yeah, this is my life. Yep.
This is so good to look at.
It was like buck wild that on top of everything else, Cheesy managed to go out the door. Like, if this had happened at any point in Cheesy before it being the final boss, I would have said, fuck this, and stopped playing it. But I was like, all right, man, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. I'll handle it. I'll make it happen. Oh, it stinks. Also a lot of levels where there's just a thing chasing you, that can kill you instantly. The collectibles don't do anything, I think. I couldn't at least tell what they were doing, if they were doing anything. I think Cheesy dies at the end. I think that's the bulk of it. Oh yeah, this song that sounded like it was part of a soundtrack for like an Encyclopedia Britannica CD collection. That's enough talking about Cheesy. Oh, you know what? First of all, I'm going to count this Cheesy as uncertain win condition, because there were so many stages where I had no fucking clue where they wanted me to go. Like, truly deeply no clue where they wanted me to go. I think there were multiple points where I just straight up asked chat, does anyone know where I need to go? And nothing in response, which fair. I didn't either. So, like, you know, good on them. You know what? I know which one we'll do next. Let me bring up the OST for it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Rocking out to this shit right now.
Sounds so good. Dun 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 dun. This is a home improvement. Power tool pursuit. Hell yeah, dude. Worst bits. This game is the worst offender of Amiga get a nugget condition on the wheel, like by a lot too. This game definitely had the worst case of you had to get the pieces of the power tools before you moved on to the next stage. And what this meant in practice was they designed a huge ass collection of blobs of the worst stage design you've ever seen in your life, and they want you to just go to random spots and get them. It's kind of a, we put 12 chicken nuggets in the level, you have to get to all of them, and it is such a pain in the ass. They really, like, holy shit, this is such an annoying game to play. You slide all over creation too. I'll just say first, stage design is abhorrent. It's hard to tell what is platform, where they want you to go, how to get across gaps and ledges. What is a possible jump where there's invisible springs? Etc., etc., etc. You are forced to find every box in the stage, and they are placed in stupid places. They went out of their way to make every box as annoying to get as possible. And the later levels do not make it easier. You have a collection of weapons available to pick up. Most of them are real bad and upgrades stack. So 2 nail guns gives you nail gun 2, de-incentivizing swapping in a very unfortunate way. I think that really stinks. This is one of them that we ended up pulling from the wheel after we got to like the 3rd or 4th stage, and it was the same. It was this again. It was, here's a big collection of random platforms. We put some boxes in random spots, higgledy-piggledy. Walk around my stage, Mega Man, find my boxes, and it was just me getting lost in a stage for an additional time to find the one box that they want somewhere. Really bad momentum. It often doesn't exist. Then you hit a tiny slope, and boy howdy does it start existing. Another very attrition based game. You have very low health and a lot to get done with it. Yeah, like the idea of having multiple weapons is okay. The problem is, A, most of the weapons are just like worse than the default gun. And then having the ability to level them up by picking up multiple copies of the same thing just throws it all in the toilet. As soon as you do that, you've ruined it. Uprising did the same thing in a way that was really, really frustrating. It is cool to have weapons and swap between them and be incentivized to try different play patterns and play with more toys and stuff. This game actively does the opposite. It incentivizes you holding on to one of them like your life depends on it, and never swapping off of it. Yeah. It has Tim Allen, who is a snitch. The good. The retro achievements set is a joke about how Tim Allen is a fucking snitch and never to be trusted, and being reminded of that and getting to tell the audience about it was fun. That was nice. I got to tell you that he's a fucking snitch who sold out his boys. He's a narc, he's a piece of shit. And that was nice, you know? But yeah, this game is a real stinker, real boring. I think that's the other thing, just so boring. There's like nothing going on in this game. A lot of wandering. All right, let me grab another game here. I think we'll sneak one more in. The one that I have a little bit more to say about. I don't have that much to say about Bart. I don't have that much to say about Bart game.
No tie words on Bart game.
Yeah, probably not. I think we should save Roadrunner for next time, because Roadrunner is where I'm gonna really want to make sure I have my whole voice available to me so I can like yell, because Roadrunner made me feel such a way. So did Flintstones. That's another one that I'll probably save till next session. Oh, you know what? Technocop. Technocop. Let's talk about Technocop. Which, Technocop didn't have an OST.
Technocop is maybe my favorite game on the wheel. For
Really?
one very specific reason.
Is it Europe?
That's one of the reasons.
Europe. Let me get a Technocop playthrough. That is absolutely going to be the number one good thing for the record is Europe. Yeah. I'm going to let the opening go because this is the best part of Technocop.
Technocop. Busted.
Busted.
Yep. Busted. Yep. Worst bits. No OST. I think that does hurt it a lot.
That is unironically what makes this my favorite game on the wheel. Just the fact that there's no fucking music at all during the entire thing is so funny to me.
Yeah. Like, you get such a jam on the title screen, too. And then it's just nothing. It's just nothing.
Yep.
Yep. Huge War of Attrition game. Game expects you to know the future constantly. Later levels are just mazes on mazes on mazes, and you have maybe 20 seconds of wiggle room if you're lucky. If you ever go the wrong way or an elevator, there's a good Europe for everybody, not to show up, you're cooked, and that's kind of all there is to it. You're just cooked. Yeah, I think I count those, considering it was, so I will count these elevators as teleport mazes, purely because in some of the later levels, there are elevators where there's like a row of 3 or 4 of them, and you can go into all of them, but only one of them goes to where you need to go. So it really is like pick a door kind of guessing, which I think to me is like very indicative of a teleport maze. Like, you don't directly teleport, instead you step into a thing and then appear somewhere else, and it just takes a really long time. So if anything, it's a slow teleport maze, which I think might be worse. This also has real uncertain win con. Kind of part of, the game or whatever, the era, but definitely unclear on a lot of stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, you take damage from everything, and controls are locked by animations constantly. I would say it is borderline nonstop. Yo, Punchy, what's good?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome in. We're discussing some of the games. I remade the book to be in dark mode so it doesn't hurt your eyes, but we're talking about a couple of the games on the big old wheel here. I'm getting my thoughts together, setting up a document, and you know, getting ready to have a little something to present. So yeah, this is Technocop for the Genesis. Yeah, worst things for me on this one is absolutely no soundtrack for the entirety of it. It's really brutal. You start this game up and you're immediately being hit by the war of attrition factor. Every enemy is constantly trying to get you. They will spawn from wherever. They will start shooting at you from off screen. If you want to try and duck to avoid them, you can, but it will almost never work. Your gun has a lot of startup time. Real rough stuff. Yo, Zesty Dipping Sauce, thank you for gifting out some subs. Thank you. And okay, you know what? I have to immediately put down the good. Yerp. Yerp. The yerp noise when you jump is great. Everybody loves the funny yerp of Time Cop. Or of Technocop. Listen to that. Now that's a jump. Now there's a jump. The worst part is you're constantly incentivized to yerp because the timer is so tight on everything. So you want to be yerping 25-9. It is your job to optimally yerp in Technocop. Oh, platforming challenges based entirely on unclear platform design. There are segments of this game where they want you to jump across like broken floor segments. And the problem is the edge of the platform as it's drawn in perspective is a diagonal. But then the actual collision of the platform is a straight vertical line. So even though you are trying to jump onto like a very specific like segment, you'll just phase right through it. You will absolutely slide through it. Let me see if I can find one of them for you. Of course, this is a re-recorded long play, so I'm guessing they will not do it. Let's see if we can see one. Nice. I'm glad they don't know where they're supposed to go either. Ha! Hit by a rat! Hit by a rat! These rats are so annoying. They're basically undodgeable. They will get you at all times. They don't do damage, but they do lock you in place, which leads to you getting shot 10,000 times. Yeah, I think the slurp noise on pickups is kind of funny. Yeah, it makes a slurp whenever you get an item. No matter if it's a bag of money, saving a grandma, or picking up a boombox. It all slurps to me, baby. Oh wait, no, this isn't good. Hold on. Let me get back up to the bad on the document here. The driving is beyond messy, but luckily fairly trivial. I think that helps a lot. The driving parts do kind of suck ass, but all you really have to do is hold the accelerator, mash the gun button, and kind of like try not to bonk into stuff too much. You still will. Yeah, still real rough though. Sounds really bad. Looks really bad to play. I guess a big part is the later stage design is unhinged. You have to guess a door with the punishment for guessing incorrectly being to wait for roughly 30, I'll say 20 seconds for an elevator to take you to the wrong place. There is a level that is so egregious about this, it is crazy. The elevator ride you need to take is to like a basement level underneath the map. And it is the longest portion. You have to wait so long on that elevator, and everything is on a timer. And if you time out, the criminal escapes. And since the goal of the game is to reach max rank, you are cooked. If you shoot a random child that sprints in front of you, you're cooked. Random grandma gets down, Mr. President. You're cooked. It's really rough. There are so many random guys who will slam themselves in front of you and be like, oh, and then you lose like, 5,000 points. And when the whole point of the game is, do a certain number of missions and hit the rank of Technocop. Even just losing one of them is just, you're done. You're kind of cooked. It's over. Yeah. I couldn't remember if I hallucinated the suicide grandmas. No, you have all sorts of random enemies. The worst one are the children. Oh yeah, there we go. So this long player didn't get the perfect rank because they just shot that grandma. And then yeah, you have guys that pop out of doors next to other guys popping out of doors. Yeah, just constant waves of guys. All angles, all times. It's so mean. It's so mean. No, this isn't. No, when I talk about Nuggy Collection, it's like the home improvement game where they just say you have to get all 12 pieces of my chicken nuggets scattered across the map before we let you leave out the exit. Like a game that would ostensibly be just a platformer where you go from the left side to the right side of the stage. But at the right side of the stage, there's a guy who goes, hold on, I know you've made it to my exit, but you need to fuck around more. We designed so much bad level, and we want you to see every part of our bad level. So you're gonna need to cut out leaving and go wander around our dog shit world of home improvement for a bit. That kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's most of it with Technocop. Oh wait, there is one. The one piece of music title screen isn't good, but it's funny. And that's not nothing. It made me smile. So there's that. Oh, hell yeah. All right. Since we had a big old raid, let me grab one more game. And yeah, everybody from the raid, thanks for hopping on over. I'm Ty. I stream like 6 days a week. We'll be here tomorrow to do some YouTube stuff. Today, I just wanted to take a little bit of... I spent a month, last month, like a month. It was like 40 or 50 hours a week playing nothing but bad games. I got a list of 50 of them and played through all of them. It was like legitimately pretty spirit shattering towards the end. it was so rough. I so didn't want to be there. Oh my God. You know what? We should talk about Rascal. Probably. We should talk about Rascal. Let me pull up the Rascal soundtrack so everyone can get hyped for Rascal. That did kind of sound like the open to like a like Paranoia for DDR. Like I could see it being like, oh, give it to me, like that. Yeah, that's Paranoia to me for sure. Someone just making noises. We need to talk about Rascal, truly. Oh yeah, good. Rascal playthrough. 3 hours minimum. Alright. Rascal. I guess, you know, upsides, if you're a big Succinct and Punchy fan, it has tank controls. You might notice I'm putting it in worse bits. I understand this is, you know, this is up for debate. Many people think it was a great idea for them to go out of their way to remove the original controls of the game and replace them with tank controls. And this one was actually confirmed in dev interviews that, yeah, they originally had the game, and I don't believe the whole, like, it would have been amazing, it would have been better than Mario 64, because I'm not an idiot, but they did have a game that was, like, way more okay to control and play. And then they decided to say, like, no, we need this to be remade with, like, tank control as the main support. We don't know anything about it, what it would have been, because it didn't exist, so there's no reason to speak in certainty about, like, it would have been X. We don't fucking know. It probably, if I'm being real, it probably would have also sucked, but, like, in a different way. Like, I just think it also would have been ass, just different ass. But yeah, tank controls, which were just horrible. The controls are really something else. Very slippery forward and back. You have a brake button that works in the air. Really, really rough. Really rough, really confusing. Stages are all mazes. Collect my 3 keys to get to the end type shit. Replay levels with very little difference and not a different objective. Because here's the thing, right? I don't mind using the same level multiple times. Like, shit, how many stars are there per level in Mario 64, right? The difference there is they're like fun levels to like play around in, bounce around in, you know, wacky wahoo, jumping on shit. That's like great. Everybody loves that. Babam Battlefield rocks, man. I love Babam Battlefield. What a banger of a stage. I don't think the castle in Rascal has the same juice that, you know, Babam Battlefield does. Also, the objective just being get a certain number of keys, collect my nuggets, and then the ending appears. Because the thing is, it's not even just get 3 keys, it's get 3 keys, comma, also you need to get the, what is it, it's 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and 4, so like 6 time chunks on top of the keys. Yeah, I'm actually adding collect the nuggies to this, because I forgot this game has the mandatory find the chunks of the clock. Yeah, extremely uncertain, collect the nuggies there. You know what? I should mention the reason it was pulled. Pulled from Wheel for having a boat level that induced real seasickness. Wow. Wow, what a cool bit of game design. We found a way to make the player sick. Do you like it? Yeah, that's why we ended up getting this off the wheel. We got through like, I think 2 or 3 revisions of the castle stage. 2 or 3 revisions of the stage after that. And then we hit the boat stage and it was literally tilting the camera left and right with like a little bit of twist with it while I was playing this game with terrible tank controls and a terrible camera. Let me find it a little bit on here. So you can find where it's at. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we were about halfway through the game and we ended up pulling it. Maybe. There's a little bit of non-linearity. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, you're controlling tank controls with an already really abysmal camera. And there's just a passive wave happening at all times. So it's already like the controls on the camera don't feel great when it's not doing this. And then it does this, and it is, especially when you're controlling it, like, oh my god, like I'm swapping off of it. It is legitimately like very, very nauseating. Really, really bad stuff on that front. Yeah, just really terrible jumps. Terrible stage design. There's one part in particular where they hide a door where your camera will never be. That really pissed me off a lot. Like, there were a lot of things that annoyed me about Rascal, but so what it was to get one of the keys I needed to finish the level, I needed to go into this room that was like a little dorm room filled with beds or whatever. The problem was the only exit that put me near it was a door right next to the door I needed to go through, which meant as I exited, I was looking directly away from it. And due to the way the geometry and the camera works, unless I specifically walked into the room, turned around, and then started walking back the other way, and not even backing up, because you don't turn the camera when you back up, because it's tank controls, right? Like, you don't turn around and walk back, you just back up. You have to walk into the room, turn around, and then see, oh, there's two doors there. I should use that one. And it's like, oy, 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 oy. Really brutal stuff. Man, it's no good. This game had a severe case of unclear switches. There were switches that I would hit that would be like raising the level of a platform on the bottom floor, maybe, and it was indicated nowhere. So there was like one level where I had to go through and hit a bunch of blue switches and never the red one, or else it would reset all of it at every part of the level. Extremely high case of uncertain win cons on a lot of this stuff, where it's just like, yeah, I don't know what they expected me to do. There was one where I think it was to get the key I needed to strike a statue, and the way they indicated that I needed to hit the statue was there was like a tiny, like little sparkle particle effect thing. And that's what I needed to hit to make it drop. Really, really rough to figure that one out. Yeah, let me add that in. Yeah, it was really just like, smack a statue, hope you can figure out that it drops a thing. I could absolutely see somebody just waltzing around in that level for, no joke, 4 hours and not figuring it out, because it is so unclear what you need to do. Like, even rubbing your face on everything, I am somewhat certain at least one person would be simply stuck there forever. Because it's so impossible to notice. And it's like a particle effect that's smaller than the particle effects your gun puts out every time you shoot. Like, it was like such a tiny little tell. The good. It had a map. That's all I have to say that is good about Rascal. Is, there was a map, so I could like kind of figure out how rooms were connected. The map sucked. It at least was a map, and it would show me where I was and like how many rooms were connected to it. That was about it. Yeah, I liked having a map. Ugly game. I need to put in here that this is like another notably bad to look at video game. enemy designs, character design, environment design. I don't think there was a single thing that I would point at and be like, I like that. I don't think there was like there weren't even like funny little guys, you know? Because like even in the most humble game, you can constantly find at least one little guy in this era. Like I think about literally every enemy in like Chameleon Twist and Chameleon Twist 2, and I'm like, yeah, there's so many guys I would point at and be like, don't think there's any in Rascal. I don't think there's any. Oh, you know what? Also, infinite spawning enemies occasionally will drop an item that deals damage to you. Everyone loves a game that has infinite enemies that instead of dropping ammo or health can drop a revenge shot. Yay! Stomp has a crazy AoE, making it 100 times better than Gun in every situation except the stupid revenge pickups. Those are so annoying. I hated that shit. Yeah. Whenever you would kill an enemy, they would have random drops, and one of the things they could get was a red bubble with a little red skull. So if you were killing them by using the stomp attack, which like reasonable, that was far and away the better way to handle enemies, right? Like it had a huge AoE, really consistent, hit really good. You would just land on the take damage item immediately after. So that they kept you from using the one good tool. It feels like that is the only reason that mechanic exists, because they realized the gun was fucking pointless as soon as the AoE stomp was good, and they're like, well, we have to have a drawback for that. Yeah, you could just stomp and you would get most stuff pretty clean. I think that might be all the nice things I have to say about Rascal. You know what? I do want to mention standout bad camera. Really awful. Loves to get hung up on everything. Always swinging around 180 at random. Loves to spawn. Loves to spawn in backwards. Because I think that's the other thing, is the camera is like notably shitty. And some of it is things that are like, how the fuck did you not fix this? Because it's stuff like you go through a door, and when you go through the door, the camera's facing the wrong way and it needs to swoop around before you can see what's in front of you. It's really bad. It's both claustrophobic and gets hung up on all sorts of stuff. Jeez, seeing someone just get stuck on a tiny post is like, oh yeah, that's Rascal to me, baby. The camera getting stuck on doors is the only time I've seen a video game do that. I think the way it does it is like particularly spectacular, because you'll have games get the camera like hung up in geometry and whatnot, but very rarely is it so clear and obvious what is happening. Like very rarely does it seem like there is actually a physical camera that is getting stuck on an actual door frame. Like, usually they're digital items, so you don't have to worry about them colliding, but for some reason they were like, these ones do actually collide. Yeah. I think that's about all I have to say for that one. And how many games does that put me through? How many notes am I at? God, this document's already comedically long. Oh, brother. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out for a little bit of reading and writing and thinking and all that. I know it's production work, so it's not the most exciting thing on the planet to watch, but thank you for doing it. It lets me like work on this stuff and, try and do a bigger production thing, because Otherwise, I fall into the content creator trap of, you know, doing my normal stuff and then also putting more work on top of it and then putting more work on top of that also. You know, the constant struggle that we all are doing nonstop. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out. If you aren't already following, please do. I'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of Content Farm Friday. We got some YouTube stuff to watch. I've got some pretty stupid shit lined up. I think you'll like it. Let me find someone to raid you on over to. Oh shit, Vicus, who recently beat the Flintstones, kind of, for Super Nintendo, is working on some other platformers. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Thank you again, Punchy, for the huge raid. Love you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and I'll catch you all over there. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.